Hello and welcome to another Thangka Talk. This is the last part of the trilogy on Buddhas of wealth and abundance, of which the most important ones are depicted here, Vaishravana, Jambhala and Vasudhara. And today I'd like to talk about the only female Buddha of the three, Vasudhara. In my previous Thangka Talk I spoke about Jambhala, and if we go to the next image, we see that Jambhala and Vasudhara are considered a couple. In this beautiful 19th century Thangka, Jambhala is depicted with his other half or consort, Vasudhara, and they're in embrace. They're sitting on a very large conch shell, which is a sign of prosperity, just like the treasure vase that is also connected to Vasudhara. And this is actually how most often Yap Yum figures, as they are called, are depicted. The male deity is large and the female deity in his lap is much smaller and therefore unequal, something that has always bothered me actually. But in the gorgeous Kumbum Stupa in Gyantse, Tibet, that was founded in 1427, there's a special shrine room dedicated solely to Vasudhara, and there on the walls one can find a painting of Vasudhara with her consort Jambhala, as now she is the dominant figure and Jambhala is the smaller one sitting on her lap. And from the look on his face, he looks rather shocked actually about it, that the roles are now reversed. So the Sanskrit name of this beautiful female Buddha, Vasudhara, is often translated as stream of treasure, flow of wealth, or shower of gold. You can also find her under the name of Vasundhara, that bearer of treasure means. And her Tibetan name is Norgyunma. Vasudhara was evidently a popular deity in late Indian Buddhism, judging from the number of statues, manuscripts and paintings that have survived and were found all over India. Here's a beautiful and very simple Vasudhara statue. In the basic iconography of Vasudhara, she is yellow and has two arms. Her right hand displays the Varada mudra, the hand with the open palm that is directed at you and that bestows divine blessings. It's the mudra of generosity. It also represents the bestowal of material goods, and therefore sometimes a symbol of wealth appears on her palm in the form of a small gem or a seed, or sometimes a jewel or piece of fruit. It actually represents all the treasures that are generated by the earth. But most emblematic of Vasudhara is the sheaf of grain that she holds in her left hand. And this iconographic feature reveals her agricultural aspect, which is central to her character and showing that she helps to get an abundant harvest. In an agrarian setting, an abundant harvest is not only a source of sustenance, but primarily a source of wealth. The plant displayed by Vasudhara may be a grain in general, but it can also be a grain of rice. Vasudhara is not only the Buddha of wealth, she is also an earth goddess who oversees the fertility of crops. And the tie between wealth and the earth can easily be understood in an agrarian culture such as that of Nepal. In Nepal, one's prosperity is deeply tied to the success of the crops and a good harvest. This is one of the few four-armed versions of Vasudhara, a beautiful stone relief from 19th century Bihar. It appears, however, that a standard version of her four-armed manifestation did not emerge. So the two-armed representations stayed more common in Indian art and also in Tibetan art. The two-armed version is the most common form depicted. But in Nepal, the six-armed Vasudhara became a big success. And in this form, she especially has a strong following among the Buddhist Newars, the indigenous people of the Kathmandu Valley, and thus is Vasudhara a central figure in Newar Buddhism. In this region, she is a common deity on house altars. And six-armed Vasudharas are almost exclusive to Nepalese art. This statue dates all the way back to 1082. The iconography of the six-armed Vasudhara varies slightly in these regions, and it looks like there are two main versions of the six-armed Vasudhara. The most common one that I've found is this one, with one face, 6 arms, and a foot resting on a lotus, or, as seen here, on an upside-down vase pouring treasures. And then there are these gorgeous 6-armed versions that are found in neo-art paintings, where she is depicted with 3 faces, and there are some differences in her mudras and the implements that she holds in her hands. I explain all these in my Thangka courses and long lectures on Vasudhara. Well, I hope you enjoyed watching this Thangka talk and hope to see you at the next one. Do you want to learn more about Vasudhara and the other world deities, and maybe even learn how to draw and paint them? Check out the links to my upcoming Thangka art classes and lectures in the description below.